In this video, I'm going to analyze a few things I've stated regarding To the Stars Academy's contribution to the UFO disclosure process that is undergoing right now. The following clip first published on James Ian Doley's Engaging the Phenomenon YouTube channel. Does money grow on trees? Do disclosure developments grow on trees? Neither of these things grow on trees. If it wasn't for To the Stars Academy, the former head of ATIP, Luis Elizondo, would not have had such an easy place to land after resigning from the DoD in protest that they were not handling UFO reality in a responsible manner. Without To the Stars Academy, we would not have had the December 16th, 2017 New York Times article, nor the March 12th Washington Post article, and nor the May 26th New York Times article, all covering UAP reality. We also wouldn't have had the 3 UFO gun camera videos released by the DoD. In my opinion, we wouldn't have UAP tracking network nor UAP expeditions had To the Stars Academy not come onto the field. And the importance of this cannot be overstated in my opinion, because those are 2 legit outfits committed to doing what the scientific community has failed to do for so long, and that is to study the phenomena using advanced tools and putting money into that effort. According to James Fox, his upcoming movie titled The Phenomenon would not have been given theatrical release had it not been for the efforts, some of the efforts of To the Stars Academy, some of which I've already cited. Without To the Stars Academy having come on the scene, we wouldn't know who Dave Beatty is. And we would not have seen his amazing documentary titled The Nimitz Encounters, in which he invested 1,000 hours estimated of his free time. The aforementioned is just a small sampling of how To the Stars Academy has changed the playing field when it comes to UFOs. I think that anyone that really wants disclosure would recognize that the fruits of To the Stars Academy's efforts are working in our favor. After watching my clip on James' channel, I realized that some people may criticize my assessment, relaying that everything I cited in which To the Stars Academy accomplished would have been accomplished even if To the Stars Academy didn't exist. And that may be partly true to a limited extent, but I think that people who would make that argument are missing the point, which is that To the Stars Academy, to me, is a symbol for people within the United States government and perhaps even corporations that are directly dealing with the UFO subject that desire that the US government have more transparency on the UFO subject. To substantiate that sentiment, I'm going to go over some of the core members of To the Stars Academy. Let's start with Luis Elizondo. He was a career intelligence officer. He was the head of ATIP for many years, as we already well know. He was even an intelligence aide to the White House at some point. The bottom line is that you could, even if you ignored his involvement in UFOs entirely, the fact is he was very accomplished within the US government, and even up until he retired from the Department of Defense in 2017, he was highly respected and on top of his game. And as we all know, the reason Luis Elizondo resigned from the DoD was in protests of them not handling the UAP subject in a responsible manner. Hal Puthoff has had a security clearance for decades. He was a subcontractor for ATIP, and according to the To the Stars Academy website, he's an advisor to NASA, Department of Defense, intelligence community, corporations and foundations on leading edge technologies and future technology trends. Jim Semivan had 25 years experience as an operations officer for CIA Directorate of Operations. Steve Justice had a 39-year career at Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, and at the time of his retirement, he was the Director of Advanced Systems, the number 2 personnel in the entirety of Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. Chris Herndon served in the Trump administration as the White House Deputy Assistant to the President and the Director of White House Information Technology. Chris Mellon served 20 years in the federal government, including as Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, which ranked him as the third highest intelligence position at the Pentagon. I believe at least 4 of these individuals currently have security clearances and continue to advise the United States government, even though they are no longer employees of the United States government. So the point I'm making is, how many Luis Elizondos are there in the U.S. government? How many Chris Mellons? How many Jim Semivans? How many Hal Puthoffs are there right now currently employed in the United States government? There is probably a significant number of currently employed people within the United States government who are on board with the objective To the Stars Academy has, which is to promote greater transparency within the United States government regarding non-human vehicles flying around in our skies and within our seas, so that finally the American people, and indeed world citizenry everywhere, can finally have a conversation about this reality that we can't deny. So would some of what's happening now have happened without To the Stars Academy? Potentially to a limited extent, but I think that misses the point. To the Stars Academy is a mechanism to kick the ball down the field in getting U.S. government to have greater transparency on the UFO subject. And I think this mechanism has worked very well up till this point, quite frankly. And I think many personnel within the United States government serving right now are on board with this very objective that To the Stars Academy has. I do think the modern day disclosure process that arguably began on December 16th, 2017 with the bombshell New York Times article would have begun even had To the Stars Academy never came onto the scene. That being said, I think that To the Stars Academy has sped this process up significantly, and that should be acknowledged. Furthermore, the fact that To the Stars Academy exists in the first place, in my opinion, exemplifies that there are various factions within the United States government that have very strong opinions on exactly how UFO reality should be dealt with within the United States government. If the government was a monolith and organized in terms of UFO reality, then we would have had disclosure yesterday. And it would have been a very organized and very concise and straightforward process. But it has been anything but that. And like I said, this exemplifies that the U.S. government is not a monolith and that it's a very complex situation and is not organized or expertly being implemented as some would have you believe, in my opinion. Now, is disclosure an entirely governmental objective? Of course not. Neither is it entirely your average citizen objective. It's multifaceted, and it's a symbiotic process where different entities feed off each other. But that is well beyond the scope of this video, and I'll have to dig deep into that in a future video. Do not forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can check out my merch shop where I sell t-shirts. Link is in the description below, or you could even become a patron. Or you could just slap a like on this bad boy and I'll appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.